George is taking the day off. Mick is down there trying to wake him up. I think he's hitting him on the head with a hammer.
When we anchor, I'll probably spend most of my evening, or the start of it anyway, working on that Autopilot, the electronic one. No bloody idea what I'm looking at.
Also, we cannot afford to buy a brand new one. It's like $3,000. I'm Kate, and this is my husband Mick, our kids, Thomas and Bentley. We bought a 45-foot sailboat, Meraki, completely refit her, had a shakedown cruise, and now we're ready to sail to Mexico and beyond. These are my parents. They're helping us sail down to California, and then they'll be preparing their sailboat to join us on the journey. Come along with us as we learn, laugh,
I play with boats.
and explore. And hey, don't forget to hit subscribe. Good morning.
G'day again. There's so many of these start off good mornings with you filming from the companionway and us just saying we're leaving from here to here. So we're leaving from Sausalito to Half Moon Bay. Hopefully we can sail most of the way. Kind of mixed reviews on what the winds are doing from different forecasts, so we'll just wait till we get out there.
We're leaving in the fog.
Yeah.
We arrived in the sunshine under the bridge, and today we'll have the foggy experience. I am really excited to get to Santa Cruz. Just seems like a really rad little surf skater town. It should be fun. We're gonna be there a little while, I think. This is the last passage Mom and Dad are on board with us for.
That's sad.
I know. You leave in 5 days now?
Well, I'm not sure what day it is. I think it's September 25th, and we actually leave on the 30th. So yeah, that's 5 days.
I spilled milk everywhere.
You spilled milk?
Yeah, I was trying to eat.
Don't cry.
Okay, I won't cry. Anyway, it is sad. I think we'll be in Santa Cruz for a little bit. Mom and Dad have rented a car, and they're gonna drive back to San Francisco, where they're flying out of.
Bye, Sausalito. We really liked it here. Nicest showers on the coast. Way to go.
Yeah. Are you navigating us out of the bay today?
Yeah, the captain let me take the wheel off the dock here today and have a little spin down to Half Moon Bay.
I don't know. It's so weird. All the random plans that we've chatted about for our future, no.
I don't think so. It's been a pretty cool experience, once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, it sure has. This is pretty. I like that we're doing this in these conditions. We came in the sun, we saw sunsets over the bridge, and now we get to see the top half in fog as we go under.
You know what will always be a funny memory?
What's that?
Puking our guts out and then arriving here and drinking champagne and orange juice as we went under the bridge. That was like the first thing I'd put in my stomach for over 24 hours.
I didn't think my stomach would be able to handle it, but we were so excited to be here. We were
It was pretty funny.
Going to In-N-Out.
Going to In-N-Out was your highlight? I like it.
I don't like it.
It makes my stomach
Up at the bow. Oh.
As we head out of the bay, there's a big traffic lane, and it's a pretty busy place, San Francisco Bay, and also the traffic lane going in. Most boats are going out right now, so what we have here is a program called OpenCPN, hooks up to our AIS, and you can see all the boats that have AIS. So I'm looking right now, and there's a boat called Advantage Sun that's just entered the traffic lanes, but they're in the inbound lane and we're in the outbound lane, so all is well.
Hey Kate, would you turn the engine off, please?
I can do that. Sails all up. You guys are so efficient.
Second sail's going up right now. Second foresail's just on its way up.
It's so crazy how much simpler this stuff is when you're not bouncing off the deck.
Having face plants in your own vomit.
Gross.
Isn't this so much more restful all of a sudden? How fast are we going?
2 knots.
Oh.
So I hope you really like it.
What is happening?
We're hand steering because George is taking the day off. Mick is down there trying to wake him up. I think he's hitting him on the head with a hammer.
Autopilot stopped working?
Yeah, again, different problem this time though.
Well, the other time was the easy fix. The chain just kept falling off.
Yeah, so this time when we turn it on, I can hear it on the inside of the motor going, but that is then supposed to turn the sprocket on the back of the autopilot, and there's a chain connected to a sprocket on the back of our steering. So I can hear the engine turning, but the sprocket on the back of the autopilot isn't turning, so something's not engaging there. Okay, do you want to turn it on? Try it and turn it on, Kevin.
On now.
You can hear the noise, and that chain, this one here, should be moving, but it's not. Now it is because he's turning. Yeah, you can turn it off again. Well, we can do 2 things now. I can pull it out and try and fix it, or we can wait until we're at the dock and then maybe spend a few minutes now to play with the wind vane and see if we can get that set up.
That was my thought. Maybe it's a good opportunity to play with the wind vane.
This boat talks to us, and maybe it's saying, you know what, it's calm, it's light breeze, just try it.
Did you want to have lunch first?
Sure. Just holding the bowl right now. This though, this is getting me excited. The wind vane forces you to be like a better sailor, meaning balancing the sails, because if the main's sheeted in too hard, it'll pull to the wind. If it's not enough and the front sails are sheeted in too hard, then the nose will pull away from the wind. For the wind vane to work, there's a pendulum in the water. It has to be dead straight in the water to start. These 2 lines go to that pendulum, and as I move them like this, the pendulum swings left and right. So you want to start with it dead straight in the middle, and then that is the center point as well. And when you lock that in by pulling this over, right now it's not attached to the wheel, that needs to be on the center point as well, so everything's lined up.
Everything just needs to be centered to begin, and the boat needs to be tracking straight and balanced.
Correct.
Okay, I understand. Do you understand?
I read it a long time ago, and I probably should have gone over it again before today, but here we are.
We're just sailing along at a beautiful 3.3 knots. I think if we were actually going 5 knots, it would take us about 5.5 hours to get to Half Moon Bay. At this speed, we will be much longer, but it's very enjoyable. Mick's working hard at trying to get our wind vane together.
It's not any special knot.
Oh, you're just making that up?
Yeah, because most of the tension's on these, so it's just kind of to hold it in place.
Oh, I was really impressed.
Do you want me to show you what has to be lined up about back? That pendulum should be dead straight in the water, and right now it's not. It has to come this way a bit, like that. The back of the boat's like drifting. Well, just keep an eye on that, and I'll ease the main a bit.
No wonder people don't want to use these. They seem like a lot of work.
Well, it's our first time trying to figure it out. When in doubt, let it out. Just out here in the Pacific while I play my monitor. Look at these conditions. Just a brilliant little swell.
What's happened to the bell?
Well, this thing hit it, so I had to move it out the way.
I was like, why is it dinging?
Yeah, so whoa! Whoppa! So I wasn't sure which way this goes in, and then I read this. Towards the lead weight, which is this little guy, and then this edge points into the wind. Now this came with 2 sail options. The big one is for light winds. I think anything up to like 20 or 30 knots they say, and then there's a smaller one. So you just look to see where the wind's going. I sound like I'm trying to teach people how to use this, so I have no idea. Into the wind. The next move is to lock that hub on the wheel.
It's on?
Yeah. I'm just going to adjust it from here, Kevin. Got my new steering wheel here. When you have a whole spiel and you don't push record and you have to repeat yourself. As I was saying that you didn't hear, the wind vane seems to be holding a good course now and everything's working great. I'm sure we've still got some work to do on that and fine tuning, but as a first attempt and it's working, I'm pretty happy.
Okay, can you rewrite that real tidy for me, please? We're just doing some math homework. It's very exciting, but they're doing a great job.
Your husband actually went zen a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Used the word and everything.
Yeah, you should come out here and experience this.
Okay, I'm done the math homework. It was an easy day today.
Oh, great.
So how fast are we going?
Right now 5.5, but it jumps around. We broke 6.1 a few minutes ago.
Nice. So
And
the
this is
boat
only about 10 or 12
is
knots
just so
of
well
wind.
balanced. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, so yeah, all the sails are great. Still the tiniest bit of weather helm pulling into where the wind is, but super
that-
stoked.
Kind of fight the weather helm a bit.
Yeah, you can see the pendulum way over, which means it's constantly pulling the wheel.
I see.
So I just tried tightening the stay sail just to see if that would give us more bite to push the nose away. I don't think it mattered too much, but anyway.
Look at the rudder indicator, Mick.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
almost
There we go. There it goes.
Having fun?
Yep, having a great time. It's gorgeous out here today. We passed a crab trap back there like within a foot.
Ooh.
Well, we altered course to miss him. He just snuck up on us.
Are we done sailing?
We might be done sailing. The wind has kind of died, and if when we turn, we'd have the wind behind us, and we just didn't think we would be going too swiftly. So do you see how close we are to our destination? It's just right over there.
What? We're here?
Yeah.
An hour away, but we're there.
Wow.
It was just a beautiful day of sailing.
Half Moon Bay. You're so beautiful. I didn't quite expect it to be this populated. I guess I should really start researching places before we arrive, because I'm always like, wow, this isn't what I expected. I could just like read a book or pull up some pictures on the internet. We're only gonna be here for one night, which is kind of a shame. I don't even know if we'll go to shore. We left San Fran at 9 a.m. It's 3:45 now, and we're just pulling in. So after all those 3 days, 2 nights, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, it felt very short.
It did feel really short and easy, and we sailed on one tack the whole way here.
When we anchor, I'll probably spend most of my evening, or the start of it anyway, working on that Autopilot, the electronic one.
You think you can fix it?
I have no idea, but I'll open it up and have a look inside.
Okay, we're gonna, Mick is in the chain locker. He's gonna try and unscramble the chain. Are you ready? Hands clear?
Yep.
Keep your hands out. Dad, that's 50 in the water. Do you want more than that?
Maybe another 10 feet.
Okay, do you want to back up again then? He says another 10 feet, please. Okay, that's good. That was a much better anchoring job. The last 2 times we have anchored have been a total gong show. So I'm just really happy that the windlass worked well, and yeah.
We pretty much went to where we did at Aquatic Park. So I think that's most of the foldover. This part is looking pretty seawater-ish. The bottom of the windlass here. I just sprayed a heap of WD-40 on it, which is going in my eyeballs.
Okay.
And lubricating them. I think just having that soaked a bit might help with the corrosion, but we should give it a clean. We just made it to Half Moon Bay. It's pretty sweet here. There's no need for us to go to shore, so we'll probably just sit on the boat tonight. It's only dinner time, man, and then we've got to get up real early.
Why do we have to get up early?
Because we've got a long day tomorrow.
Alright.
To Santa Cruz. It's gonna be sweet, man. Now that we're here, I'm gonna start looking back at the autopilot again. It's like our basement hatch. Now I can get to the back, and there's all the crap I just pulled out. Just a heap of lines, another anchor, all our dock lines. Down we go. So the first thing I gotta do is take this sprocket off. There's a couple Allen keys holding it in, and that'll be able to remove the back of that. And then I don't know. I wanna get this box off though and open it up and take a look at the insides. Looks like someone's opened it before. I just need to find a spot in the wires to disconnect them so I can get the unit out. Well, that's the unit off there. That just plugged in the back to the control unit, and the wires, they just had plug and play connectors, so that's all off. And now I just got to figure out how to get it open, but I think it's time to grab the book now before I poke any further and just make sure, trying to crack this open, I don't damage anything else. I ended up just getting 2 sets of Allen keys, poking it in there like that, and that one in like that, and then just turning them. And it worked, but I can't do it with one hand. Well, it's open, and I've got no bloody idea what I'm looking at. There's a little like city on top with some orange and blue buildings and a big purple tube. Looks like it's a power station. And there's this big black motor and some wires, and then there's like a wheel thing under that silver cover. I'm just gonna give it a clean out, you know that? I'm just gonna give it a clean out, spin some stuff, poke some things, and then I'm gonna put it back together and just see if something was loose. Okay, I got the box open, come look at this.
Holy cannoli, that looks really complicated.
Yeah, when I turn this thing spins, and then that one spins. That's about all I know.
Does it smell kind of burnt out to you?
It smells electronically burnt.
That's what I'm smelling. Yo, where are we going today?
Santa Cruz, mate. Oh.
It's really dark. I think that bright light over there is like a greenhouse, I've heard. But it almost looks like the sun coming up, so we could pretend it is. We're leaving. It's 4:30 in the morning. We didn't even go to land here, which is kind of sad because I think there's some pretty beautiful hikes. We only have Mom and Dad on board for a couple more days, and then they fly home. They really wanted to see Santa Cruz. We all just really want to get to Santa Cruz, so we kind of skipped Half Moon Bay. We're gonna navigate out of here in the dark.
Well, it's light, but again, no sunrise.
No.
We've only had one beautiful sunrise the last month, and that was the day we pulled into San Fran. Otherwise, it just goes from dark to light gradually with a gray sky.
Santa Cruz. Not Santa Claus, but Santa Cruz.
I've never heard anything quite like this.
What did we just find?
The dinghy dog.
How does it look?
A little crowded.
There's lots of room for the boat, but there's some sunbathers on there.
Public landing number 2.
You guys, we sailed here to Santa Cruz.
We just ran up. I feel the California sand. Today was a very special day. Mom and Dad's 39th wedding anniversary. They chose to celebrate the day with us on the beach, enjoying beer and pizza. What an epic moment it was to be in Santa Cruz.
So thank you. How are you doing?
We are at a City Health COVID testing site so that Dad and I
That's the two
can
of us.
get our COVID test done to fly home to Canada tomorrow.
We're going into Canada, so I wanted to make sure we're getting the PCR molecular test there
What day are you leaving?
tomorrow.
Oh, hi, did you say?
Just the fuzzy part has to be entirely in the nose.
Okay.
You're good, you're good. Now go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I'm gonna sneeze.
14, 15. Looking good, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. My eyes are
No
watering.
questions.
How was that?
Well, I've never done that before.
It's interesting you do it yourself.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
So the next thing we get is an email from you. Is that the idea? Thank you very much. That's amazing.
What's happening today?
A day of deep sorrow. We're leaving to go back to Victoria. And you and Mick, Captain Mick, Betty and Tommy are staying here. We've had a great time though. My goodness, what a wonderful month this has been. What a blast. I'd do it all over again. Oh, we're going to catch up to you. We got a couple boats on the short line here now, so we're going to buy one of them and get back down here and catch up with you as quick as we can.
It's a sad day. We've talked a long time about this trip, and then we did it.
Everybody.
Safe
out there. Thank you for everything.
Absolutely.
Fine man, I'm very proud of you. Amazing.
I want to be with you.
I agree.
You're good out there. Get those sails up. Have some fun.
Bye guys, love you. Previously, we let you know about some autopilot problems we're having. It's really strange. It worked until we got into the Bay of San Francisco and we turned it off and we anchored and then we spent a night in Sausalito and then we left San Francisco and our autopilot didn't work. It didn't make any sense. It's not like it just stopped working. We turned it off one day and tried to turn it on the next day and it wouldn't work. Mick pulled it all apart. Mick had kind of seen inside and didn't think there was much he could do. So we found an electrician here in Santa Cruz. He took it home and took it apart and said, I don't see any problem with it. The motor's running. I don't know what the issue is. He would need the control panel and everything to troubleshoot it more, which is all wired into our boat. He really doesn't have the time to help us. If it was a quick fix, I guess he could have.
Yeah, he was the third electrician we called. And
Yeah.
all three of them were too busy. This guy said, I'll just do a quick bench test on it, and said it seemed okay for what he saw, so.
We're hoping maybe just something shook loose. We'll be able to fix it. It is an older unit, but I mean, it works brilliantly when it works. Also, we cannot afford to buy a brand new one. It's like $3,000. So yeah, our little auto helm 5000. Send us good vibes. We need it to work. We have our wind vane, which we did get up and running. We've been at a marina in Santa Cruz the last couple nights just to help with Mom and Dad's transition off the boat. And we're gonna go back, we're gonna leave the marina now and go back on the hook next to the Santa Cruz Pier, which is where we spent our first night in Santa Cruz. I think tomorrow we head to Monterey. I really miss Mom and Dad. It was really nice having them here. What just happened?
The big sea lion took over our dinghy dock. Shoo him off, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, we just went to the beach and then we came back to our dinghy and we met another couple at the beach and they were stuck, they couldn't get to their dinghy. You got out of there pretty quick. Aww. We're sorry. Come back up. Did he go? He did.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, bud.
We're walking to the Santa Cruz Boardwalk.
Pretty cool.
It's ultimately confusing because there's a boardwalk there and there's a boardwalk here, supposedly.
I think they call that a pier.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I know. I get confused with that too. Because of COVID, the famous Santa Cruz Boardwalk rides aren't running during the week, just on the weekend. We actually arrived on a Sunday and everything was running and the lights were going and it was really cool to pull in and see it all going.
Yeah.
But we didn't realize that it wouldn't be running the next day. It's still pretty cool to see and to walk around. It's also a little bit sad to see everything just shut down. Hopefully soon the world will be back to normal.
Something moving. It's a ride.
Right behind me is where our boat is, and we pull up to the pier with our dinghy and there's this beautiful beach and this crazy boardwalk with all these rides. It's a pretty crazy anchorage. You can just imagine how busy it would be in non-COVID times in the middle of summer. This place would be just hopping.
Sweetly sailing by the sea.